The steering wheel. It represents both a position and a legacy. From the moment he received the key, becoming a military driver was no longer just about mastering driving skills. It marked the beginning of a long journey of responsibility, mission, and battlefield readiness.
向左走。
我宣布，军车钥匙交接仪式现在开始。
现我将钥匙交付于你，请你务必履行好军车驾驶员的神圣使命。下去。老兵同志，我一定不负众望，不辱使命。
How much can a single key weigh? At 23, Wang Jiajun still doesn't know the answer. Born during the War of Liberation, this unit went on to fight in the Liaoshan Campaign, the Pingjin Campaign, the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea, and even the shelling of Kinmen. For new drivers, our very first lesson is the class on honors, so they understand where we come from and where we are headed. Those glorious years carry the iron-blooded spirit of generations of military drivers and inheritance, and a reminder of our original purpose.
打死，走。
Before joining the army, I drove cars and even small racing vehicles at home. I thought I had it all figured out.
看你的右后侧。哎呀，撞了啊！
结果第一次上这个路，就连着撞倒2根杆。
回呀，快点回！给油挂档啊！好，过了啊！松手气，前面还有这么多障碍呢。两手扶稳方向盘。
But from the ceremony to the training ground, Wang Jiajun felt the true weight of his new role for the first time. The pole he knocked down stood like a silent question. If you can drive, does that really make you a qualified military driver? The answer might be hidden in those yellowed pages of history. Earlier, the Jeep passed through a crater. It was pitch black, so I instinctively turned on the headlights. But our veteran driver only needed a quick flash of light. He memorized the crater's location instantly. That story came from a book preserved in the company's honor room, recording the wartime experiences of military drivers during the war to resist U.S. aggression and aid Korea. When I read that page, I thought to myself, my palms sweat just from touching a few poles. How far I still have to go. From the smoke-filled battlefields in the book to the real-world training ground, Wang Jiajun began to understand that the tension behind the steering wheel wasn't just about hitting a lever.
左后人过台，立即出战。
发什么了？站好敌人，等你们了什么？
Unexpected situations during training caught him and his comrades completely off guard. Under the squad leader's guidance, Wang Jiajun and his teammates finally handled the special scenario within the required time. Listening to the squad leader's feedback, Wang Jiajun recalled the instructor's earlier words.
上车能开车，下车能战斗。我们不只是一名驾驶员， 更是冲锋在火线上的战斗员。
From that moment on, every time I got into the vehicle, one thought stayed in my mind: I am a combatant.
前方是一个错位小巷啊。 集合！
Comrades, begin vehicle inspection. First, check oil, water, gas, electricity, and fluids. After completing the pre-departure inspection, Wang Jiajun prepared for his first mission.
同志们，上级命令我连将物资运达指定地域。此次路况复杂，希望同志们打起精神，克服一切困难，坚决完成任务。
On my first mission, my palms were sweating again, but I knew where we came from and where we were going. I just had to hold steady. The convoy wound through mountain roads, past villages and towns. This time, there was no danger the road was smooth, but Wang Jiajun knew the lesson from that earlier tire blowout would stay with him for the rest of his journey. The mission completed, the convoy returned to camp. When I picked up the keys that morning, they already felt heavy, and by the time I returned in the afternoon, they felt even heavier.
明天早上6点出发，大家是否清楚？
At the same early hour, another team of military drivers had already started their engines. This time, their wheels carried them toward the runway, the control tower, and the place where the war eagles rise and land.
起床！
His name is Zhou Wenbin, a driver in an Air Force vehicle company stationed at an airbase. This is his 5th year in service, and every morning, before breakfast, he goes to check on his old partner, his vehicle. Comrades, today's flight schedule is packed, day and night sorties. Check your vehicles carefully and stay safe on the road. Mount up, turn right. There's no grand ceremony, no stirring oath. The company's daily mission briefing is just a few simple lines, but those few lines are repeated day after day, without pause. While Zhou Wenbin inspected his vehicle, Kewei had already started up the bus. At 6:30 a.m., before the sky even lightened, Kewei and his bus were already waiting downstairs. Their first pickup of the day was the maintenance squadron. I'm the company's bus driver. My main job is transporting aircrew and maintenance personnel several trips a day. For the earliest morning flight, I have to be downstairs by 6:30, sometimes even earlier. The aircrew are the core of combat capability, and the maintenance brothers work even harder. They stay at the airfield all day. They catch whatever sleep they can in the bus, so I drive smoothly, no sudden braking. I don't want to wake them. Dropping them off doesn't mean the work is done. Throughout the day, he shuttles between the control tower, the cafeteria, and the dormitory. The fuel truck may look ordinary, but it carries the most delicate responsibility. When refueling aircraft with aviation kerosene, not a speck of dust can enter, not a single drop can spill. One drop lost could mean a disaster in the sky. Even the smallest impurity in the fuel can damage an engine. My old squad leader used to say, refueling looks like rough work, but it's actually like embroidery. Your hands must be steady, your heart attentive, and your eyes sharp. To me, this is being responsible for the aircraft and for the pilot. Watching the aircraft roar to life with the fuel he provided filled him with pride. I can't leave after one refuel, the next plane lands right away. So I stay here and wait. Outfield support is like that, always on standby at any moment. When the crews return safely, they look exhausted on the ride back, speaking very little. Occasionally, they chat about flying. He hopes they can rest well once they get back. The night flight ends, but for the vehicle company, the day isn't over. In fact, the night shift is often more draining than the day. The security work we handle every day is made up of countless small tasks, careful checks before departure, steady driving on the way out, and absolute precision when entering the refueling zone. Behind these small tasks lie major responsibilities. There is no room for error in any step. From early morning until late at night, their wheels roll across the runway where the War Eagles take flight. They don't soar into the sky themselves, but through every precise docking and every smooth escort, they help lift the War Eagles up and bring them safely back down. As night deepens, the airfield slowly quiets. Between the White Mountains and the dark rivers, another group of military drivers starts their engines.